Drew McIntyre shares a very important PSA ahead of WrestleMania. Jey Uso dethrones Gunther. Major betrayals rumored for Night 1 of WrestleMania 41. Roman Reigns turns heel at WWE WrestleMania 41. Alexa Bliss in town for WrestleMania. The WWE quietly changes El Grande Americano's hometown after Lucha Libre Backlash. Triple H arrives in Las Vegas ahead of WrestleMania 41. Liv Morgan makes a huge accusation against Dominik Mysterio. Let's dive right in. Jey Uso dethrones Gunther. WrestleMania 41 is shaping up to be a monster, with epic matches and stories that have the WWE Universe glued to their screens. Rolling into Las Vegas Allegiant Stadium on April 19th to 20th, 2025, the stage is getting built for a showdown that's got everyone pumped. WWE's nailed the build-up for some huge title fights, and while only one's closing the show, every match feels like it could headline. With the way things are going, a few belts need to change hands to shake things up and set the table for some wild future fights. Number 1. Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker's putting his Intercontinental title up against Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominik Mysterio in a fatal four-way that's got star power for days. The story's been electric, keeping fans hooked week after week. Dominik's the guy nobody expects to win. He's been playing the scrappy underdog. But what if he shocks the world and grabs the belt? It'd flip WWE upside down, opening the door for a juicy feud with Balor that could light up arenas everywhere. Number 2. Undisputed WWE Championship. The Night 2 main event is going to be a banger. John Cena, now a bad guy for the first time, taking on Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. This fight's already the talk of the town, with both guys tearing each other apart in promos. Fans are dying to see them throw down. Since it's Cena's last WrestleMania ever, and Cody's had a killer run, letting Cena win his 17th world title would be a history-making move that sends him off in style. Number 3. United States Championship. Jacob Fatu's gunning for LA Knight's United States Championship, and the hype's through the roof. They've been trading shots for weeks. Fatu's been a wrecking ball. Knight's been dodging bullets. When they hit the ring at Mania, it's do or die. Fatu's been on a tear lately, so giving him the belt could launch him to the next level. Plus, it'd set up a dream match down the road with his old boss, Solo Sikoa, for the US title. Number 4. World Heavyweight Championship. Jey Uso turned heads by winning the Royal Rumble, earning his shot at Gunther's World Heavyweight Championship. They've gone toe-to-toe plenty, and Gunther's usually walked away grinning. But WrestleMania's a different beast. Jey can't just take another loss. He's been grinding as a fan favorite, and this is his moment. If he pulls it off and takes the title, it'd be a game changer, cementing him as a solo star on the biggest night wrestling's got. Major betrayals rumored for Night 1 of WrestleMania 41. WrestleMania 41 is almost here, and the WWE Universe is hyped for what's coming on April 19th, 2025 at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Night 1 is stacked with huge matches, and the stories leading up to them are intense. WrestleMania's always been the place for jaw-dropping twists, and this year's no different. Some betrayals could flip these rivalries upside down and change careers forever. The main event, a wild triple threat between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk, is already stealing headlines, but whispers of double crosses are making waves. Here's a look at 3 backstabs that might rock Night 1. Number 1. Bianca Belair turns on Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill came roaring back at Elimination Chamber, laying out Naomi for a parking lot attack that sidelined her for months. Naomi's been pegged as the culprit, but Bianca Belair's reaction, acting shocked, feels off. What if Belair was in on it? During Cargill's match with Naomi on Night 1, Bianca could jump her, revealing she helped plan the attack. It'd throw Cargill off, letting Naomi snag the win and leaving fans stunned. The fallout would spark a messy new feud, shaking up the women's division. Number 2. Solo Sikoa stabs Jacob Fatu in the back. Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa have been at each other's throats for weeks, bickering like family gone sour. Fatu's got a shot at LA Knight's United States Championship on Night 1, but Sikoa's got no match and bad blood to spare. He might show up in Fatu's corner, acting like he's got his back, only to screw him over mid-match. A cheap shot or distraction could cost Fatu the title, setting them up to tear into each other at Backlash 2025 in St. Louis. It'd be a brutal family betrayal that'd get the crowd roaring. Number 3. Paul Heyman double crosses Punk and Reigns for Rollins. The Night 1 main event, Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, is a powder keg of bad blood and history. Paul Heyman's the wild card, already ditching Reigns to back Punk, a deal tied to a favor from Survivor Series 2024. But there's talk he's not done scheming. Heyman could pull the rug out from both Punk and Reigns, throwing his weight behind Rollins right in the match's climax. A move like that would hand the Visionary the win and reshape WWE, with Heyman and Rollins running the show. X posts are wild with fans debating if Heyman's got another swerve in him. It'd be a game changer. Roman Reigns turns heel at WWE WrestleMania 41. Roman Reigns is charging into his 11th WrestleMania main event on April 19th, 2025 in Las Vegas, ready to clash with old foes CM Punk and Seth Rollins in a triple threat that's got everyone on edge. But there's a twist brewing. The tribal chief might just flip to the dark side and go full heel at the show of shows. Here are 3 big clues pointing to a nasty turn. Number 1. Reigns thinks everyone's out to get him. On the April 14th Raw, Reigns and Paul Heyman had a tense face-off in the ring. The tribal chief was steaming after spotting Heyman cozying up to CM Punk earlier. He griped to his wiseman, asking why he's the one paying the price for a favor Heyman owed Punk. Reigns didn't give props to Heyman for cutting a deal that helped him win back the Ula Fala from Solo Sikoa at Survivor Series 2024's War Games. Instead, he acted like it was all a burden, saying he never needed Punk's help anyway. It's like he's blind to anyone but himself, and that selfish vibe screams trouble. Number 2. Roman Reigns put his hands on Paul Heyman. Reigns has a track record of turning on his own crew when they don't fall in line. Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso all felt his wrath. This week on Raw, it was Paul Heyman's turn. Seth Rollins crashed their talk, pointing out Heyman's choosing to back Punk, not being forced. Reigns nodded, then clocked Rollins in the face. Heyman clapped, grinning at his tribal chief's move, until Reigns shoved him hard, knocking him down. That moment turned heads. A loud warning he's ready to ditch the good guy act for something colder. Number 3. Rollins' chair shot stirs old wounds. In that same Raw showdown, Reigns bragged that the bloodline doesn't beg for favors. They take what they want. He proved it by jumping Rollins first. No waiting around. When CM Punk ran in after Reigns pushed Heyman, he tossed the tribal chief out of the ring and checked on Rollins. Reigns saw his shot, nailing Punk with a spear. It's clear he's done playing nice. But then Rollins grabbed a steel chair and smashed it across Reigns' back, echoing the night he betrayed the Shield years ago. That sting's gotta push Reigns over the edge, giving him every reason to unleash his inner villain at WrestleMania 41. Alexa Bliss in town for WrestleMania. Alexa Bliss dropped a juicy hint today that's got the WWE Universe talking ahead of WrestleMania 41, hitting Las Vegas this weekend, April 19th to 20th, 2025. She hasn't stepped in the ring since coming up short at Elimination Chamber last month, and there's no match booked for her at the show of shows. But her latest Instagram story changes the game. She's hyping a concert by her husband, Ryan Cabrera, in Vegas on Saturday night. Bliss and Cabrera, married since 2022 and parents to a daughter born in 2023, are clearly headed to Sin City. If she's in town, could she pop up at Allegiant Stadium? Talk's been swirling about Bliss linking up with the Wyatt Six for a big Mania moment, but a Fightful Select report says her return's more likely after the show, maybe on the April 25th SmackDown. The Wyatt Six, led by an injured Bo Dallas, haven't been seen since December 2024, adding to the mystery. Wrestling vet Vince Russo chimed in on Sportskeeda's The Wrestling Outlaws, saying Bliss might be focusing more on motherhood than wrestling these days. We're not women, we'll never be women, but I think a lot changes when they have a child. I really do, bro. I think the nurturing, the motherhood kicks in, and all of a sudden you gotta go to work and you're thinking about your daughter or your son and who's taking care of them. I think life changes drastically for women when they have a child. Still, her Royal Rumble 2025 comeback got a massive roar from fans, and X is full of hope for a surprise appearance, maybe with Liv Morgan drama brewing from their Rumble and Chamber clashes. What's WWE cooking for the 33-year-old star? Vegas might just hold the answer. The WWE quietly changes El Grande Americano's hometown after Lucha Libre Backlash. WWE just made a quiet change that's got people talking. When El Grande Americano, Chad Gable rocking a luchador mask, hit the scene on the March 24th, 2025 Raw, he was billed from a made-up Gulf of America in a goofy AI video. That didn't sit right with Mexican fans and Lucha Libre purists who saw it as a slap in the face. But on the April 14th Raw, WWE switched things up, saying he's now from the Gulf of Mexico. It's a small tweak, but for a company that loves to double down on its jokes, it's a big deal, especially since wrestling insider Sean Ross Sapp downplayed the anger, saying, "Nobody cares. Looks like someone backstage cared enough to act. That's like mocking their religion." The drama kicked off in March when El Grande Americano took out Dragon Lee and yanked off his mask, a massive moment in lucha culture where losing one can define a wrestler's path. Fans were steamed when WWE played it for laughs, with the announcers shrugging it off. The Gulf of America name, tied to some real-world chatter, only made things worse. WWE kept pushing the character, even giving him a social media page. Now, swapping his hometown feels like a low-key admission they might have crossed a line. Will they soften the act or keep stirring the pot? It's a slick move that's got everyone curious. What's your take on WWE tweaking El Grande Americano's hometown? Triple H arrives in Las Vegas ahead of WrestleMania 41. WWE's big boss of creative, Triple H, just rolled into Las Vegas for WrestleMania 41, set to explode at Allegiant Stadium on April 19th and 20th, 2025. This weekend's huge for the game, and not just for running the show. On Friday, the 14-time world champion's getting his second WWE Hall of Fame nod, this time solo, after joining as part of D-Generation X in 2019. Earlier today, the 55-year-old hopped on his Instagram story, posting a quick clip of himself stepping off a plane, ready to dive into the action. In today's world, where everyone's got an opinion online, Triple H knows WWE's creative calls and its stars catch a lot of heat. On the Flagrant podcast, he got real about how internet gripes don't match reality, especially when it comes to undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. The internet is not real life, and the B and the F complaining that is on there is not real life. You could read the internet and it'll sound like this thing is dead. I'll use Cody as the example. Cody's already jumped the shark. He's dead as a babyface. He goes, really? I don't know. I'm in an arena with 10 to 15,000 people every night going apeshit for me, selling the most merchandise. But sure, whatever you want to say on the internet, that's the golden rule. It's just opinion of a few people, he said. Jey Uso's in the same boat as Cody. The Yeet Master's one of WWE's top merchandise movers, but he's taken flack online for his matches. Still, he's heading into Mania to face Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, proving the crowd's behind him, no matter what the keyboards say. Vegas is about to get wild, and Triple H is right in the middle of it all. What's next for the game and his stars? Drew McIntyre shares a very important PSA ahead of WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre just dropped a serious message for WWE fans as WrestleMania 41 looms, set to go down this weekend, April 19th to 20th, 2025, at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. The Scottish Warrior hit up social media today with a straight-up public service announcement. He's asking fans to keep things cool when they spot wrestlers in Vegas. Be respectful, skip the real names, don't crash their chats, and steer clear of airports and hotels. Oh, and maybe slap on some deodorant while cheering on indie wrestling. Stay away from the hotel. That is a safe space. Imagine that is our house, because it is our house for the week. It is our home for the week. We have our family and friends there, and some of the superstars have kids. Respect personal space. Would you like someone coming into your house, shoving a camera in your face and your kid's face? Think of it that way, he said. McIntyre's got a big fight ahead, facing Damian Priest in a no-rules Sin City street fight at Mania. The bad blood's real. Priest snatched the World Heavyweight title from McIntyre last year at WrestleMania 40 with a Money in the Bank cash-in. Recently, McIntyre also opened up about Kevin Owens, who's out of Mania with a neck injury. On the Getting Over podcast with Adam Silverstein, the Scottish Warrior sent good vibes to his buddy, saying the timing's rough, but he's rooting for a quick, safe comeback. Obviously, Kevin's Owens got to take some time off due to his neck injury and surgery, and I wish him all the best. It's unfortunate right before WrestleMania. I told him the same. It sucks. I've been there when things are taken away from you, especially when it comes to your body is scary. You only get one neck and can't take any chances, so we've got our fingers crossed he'll get through that and be back as quick as he can and safely as he can, McIntyre said. With McIntyre and Priest ready to tear it up, this street fight's gonna be wild. Who's walking out on top at the biggest show of the year? Vegas is waiting for a brawl. Liv Morgan makes a huge accusation against Dominik Mysterio. Liv Morgan just pointed the finger at Dominik Mysterio with a big claim that's got everyone's attention. The two showed up together recently on Hot Ones Versus, trading jabs and facing off for the final chicken wing. They settled it with a thumb war, and it was neck and neck until Dom's bigger hands tipped the scales, snagging him the win. But Liv wasn't having it. She called him out right there, saying he cheated by lifting his arm off the mat. Dirty Dom shot back, denying it all, and Liv let it slide, giving him a pass since he was so pumped to win. You hella cheated though. No, it's okay. I'm happy. I know you really wanted the trophy, said Morgan. Even though she forgave him, Liv looked a bit salty about the whole thing. It makes you wonder how she'd handle something bigger, like Dom cozying up to another WWE star. This isn't the first time she's been annoyed with her Judgment Day buddy. Back at Raw's Netflix premiere in January 2025, Liv, then Women's World Champion, took on Rhea Ripley and lost. Afterward, Dom pulled a fake betrayal stunt, pretending to sweet-talk Ripley, but she saw through it. Liv was not happy, even though it was a plan, and for weeks, she gave him the cold shoulder. He patched things up by backing her in matches, and now they're tight again, running the women's tag team titles with Raquel Rodriguez. But this is WWE, where loyalty can flip in a heartbeat. Will Liv and Dom stay solid, or is trouble brewing? WWE accidentally spoils the main event for Backlash 2025. WrestleMania 41 is almost here, set for April 19th to 20th, 2025, but WWE's already looking ahead to their next big show. Backlash 2025 is locked in for May 20th at the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri, and it's shaping up to be a wild night with major WrestleMania fallout. The Mania card is loaded, and everyone's hyped to see what happens next in some of wrestling's biggest battles. The showdown stealing the spotlight is John Cena challenging Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. Both guys have been ripping into each other with brutal promos, and now it's down to who can back it up in the ring. They're ready to leave it all out there to walk away with the gold. Cody Rhodes is not advertised to be on the Raw right after WrestleMania 41, which is a massive hint that the title could change hands, which could leave the WWE Universe disheartened. While the fans would love to see John Cena hold a WWE title one last time, the road he has taken to WrestleMania has left several fans furious already. With the American Nightmare seemingly not showing up on the Raw after Mania, it won't be a surprise if the greatest of all time manages to make history with his 17th world title victory. If John Cena manages to clinch victory at WrestleMania, it is clear that he will make appearances on almost every premium live event moving forward, including Backlash 2025. If Cena gets in action at the Missouri PLE, he will undoubtedly be a part of the main event, and a massive match has already been hinted for the show. WWE's only named 2 stars for Backlash so far, John Cena and Randy Orton. That's a huge clue we might finally see these legends clash again, their first fight in years. This time it's flipped. Cena's the bad guy and Orton's the hero. St. Louis is Orton's hometown, and WWE's got him front and center on the event poster. That's practically shouting a Cena versus Orton main event, and it could tear the crowd right down the middle. With the Viper in his own backyard, Triple H might not let him lose. If Cena walks out of Mania as champ, don't be shocked if Orton's the one raising the undisputed WWE Championship at Backlash.